My name is JK, and I'll be leading the service today. And thanks all for coming. Beautiful day. Today's topic is receiving divine guidance. How do we receive divine guidance? Much has been written and spoken about on this topic. From Matthew 7, we get, "Ask, and it shall be given. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you." Yogananda wrote, "The devotee receives all knowledge through the direct perception of the intuition of the soul." What is intuition? Intuition is soul guidance appearing naturally in man during those instants when his mind is calm. Guidance comes through the faculty of the intuition. It has been called the sixth sense or the soul sense. We've all had experiences with our intuition. Some people call them hunches, but we get a feeling, and sometimes it doesn't really have a logical explanation for why this might be the path to take. And we might dismiss it, probably have tons of times, but those times when we really have a strong feeling about it, and in spite of any kind of noise your mind's making, you go with that feeling, and then it turns out right. When it turns out right, that's a great thing. You know you're on the right path when you get the hunch, you get the feeling, and you receive it and act on it, and it turns out to be correct. When we can recognize these intuitive moments, we begin to trust this guidance. Intuition is like a muscle. The more we listen to it and trust it, the stronger it becomes. Intuition is a spiritual faculty and does not explain, but merely points the way. We must make the first move, inviting Spirit to guide us. When the sender sends out a sincere request to Spirit, it does not return void. We must be the still water if our ship is to come in. Be conscious of the signs that you receive and thank Spirit for its guidance. Draw nigh to God, and God will draw nigh to you. Answers can come quickly or take time. Be patient and don't become anxious. We are told in the 55th Psalm, "Cast thy burden upon the Lord. Give your request and await a sign." I had an experience years ago out at our community in the Cuyama Valley. And at that time we had white robes that we wore to meditation. And it was pretty special to put those things on and go. And I was leading a family meeting there, and it was a kind of a wild group of people. All these 20-somethings in charge of an orchard. Anyway, you never knew what was going to happen at these family meetings. Anyway, so there was a question, and it was asked, why do we wear white robes? And I was kind of like, had a panic moment and asked out, what? And instantly, I didn't even make these words up, but it said, when thy body is bathed in light, when your body is bathed in light within, so shall it be without. And I couldn't have made that up. Thinking about it, I mean, it was like instant. And that was one of the, quick returns on a request. I had another incident just recently. I was trying to figure out how to go about selling this RV I wanted to sell that wasn't working out with us. And I was kind of confused and didn't know which path to take. And I was in it, and the key fob was sitting on the seat. And I saw it, read it. It said, Ventura RV Service and Repair. And I thought, I took that as a sign. So it didn't give me the answer, but it pointed me in the right direction. And I called them up, and we talked about the situation, and he gave me some really good advice. And we did it. We followed his advice, and it's now gone. Thankfully. But that was one that was a little, delayed. And sometimes you may make a request and not get an answer right away. But don't be worried. Cast thy burden and let kind of spirit get back to you. But for that to work, you need to be calm and clear, and let thy whisper in this temple of silence, like we just sang, got to listen to that. Spirit is always sending out and transmitting divine love and guidance. We can receive these blessings if our reception is clear and calm. We can achieve more clarity if we can reduce the constant noise that bombards us from so many sources. And we know all about that with the media and the phones, and it's just can be a lot of noise. Meditation is a great way to calm the mind and become receptive to the voice of Spirit. Now let's go into our quiet time of meditation and renew our sacred alliance with Spirit. Sit comfortably with your spine erect. Take a moment to find your center. If you have a meditation technique, use it now. If not, start by taking long, full inhalations. Feel your chest expand. Pause and slowly exhale. Your eyes may be closed or slightly opened, with your chin parallel to the ground. Focus your attention on your breath, the inhalation and the exhalation. When thoughts arise, let them go like the passing clouds. Don't engage them. Return your attention to the breath. And one thing that I've found that really kind of makes for a good experience is put a tiny little smile on your face, just a little bit. It brings about a good energy. Please join me in prayer. O Divine Spirit, we thank you for the many blessings that you shower down upon us constantly. You hear our requests. May we have the stillness to hear your answers. Amen.
Let thy whisper in the temple of silence guide me to the right path. Let thy whisper in the temple of silence guide me to the right path that leads to thee. That leads to thee, that leads to thee, that leads to thee, that leads to thee. Let thy whisper in the temple of silence guide me to the right path. Let thy whisper in the temple of silence guide me to the right path that leads to thee, 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 that leads to thee. God